Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Inner Life of Jared vlog. And this is going to be like a moving vlog. So let's get right into all the things. So, if you would have checked the last video that I made, it was really a recording, a live recording of my new podcast, Confessions of a Male Feminist. And I want to talk a little about that. Now, I had this idea since it came to me in December. But I was like, no, it's like the idea came, I kind of accepted it, then I rejected it. But then I kept meditating on it as I moved through December. And I said, you know what? I'll start it in January. January came and went, and I just found it hard to start it. And not only that, like in January, I was like I had a mental block to it. I was like, I don't even know what I talk about. And then suddenly the vision changed. And as I started to settle in back again and really focus, just what came to me in December came back to me that the podcast needs to be around feminism and my voice and my thoughts in that arena. And last week, because as we know, February started last week Saturday. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I just got up. I think it was nighttime or afternoon tonight. And I just came over to church right over there. Right over, are you seeing it? Yeah. Greater whatever, yes. Right there. And I recorded and I said, you know what, I'm gonna let the YouTube video be just a recording of that. Because right now I'm in that raw and uncut phase of life. In just doing it, in just doing the thing. And I did it. And obviously, I made the video, the audio. I uploaded it the night and I left it there. And I know I'm not naive enough to believe that, oh, just so everything happened. I knew I had to start sharing it. And that was a tough task for me. So I think I shared it on my Instagram. I said, you know what, I want to share it on my Facebook here because I do have some people on Facebook that I probably should get off of my Facebook because they're like spies. But I was like, I'm going to share it on WhatsApp, and I did. And obviously, people who support me already started messaging, yada, yada, yada. And then when I checked it at night, I had a listener or two, no, I had about 10 listens and then streams and so on. So I am good. I just have to now be a little bit more strategic in spending some time and do some research on ways I could advertise on Spotify, like ways like if it's a payment plan or something that I can advertise it, so it could pop up more places. And then I'm gonna just I'm gonna use the social media I have available to me, my TikTok, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, and my WhatsApp to promote it. If you ask me what do I want in the long run, I want a live podcast where it's going to be video as well, and it's going to be nicely edited and so on. I want that. I want to be able to have like guests on, and out of that, I also want a show. I want a show where our shows where one of them I want to dedicate it to the artistic community in Guyana, like the writing community. So to have people who have books, because most Guyanese, if not all of them that are out there publishing books, they're self-publishing it like how I did my first book. And I just want to, have conversation with them on the book and the writing process, like build a writing community from that show. And then there's another show I want to do where or maybe I could have one show with varying concepts, or the other show where I interview popular or quite people I find quite interesting in Guyana in the public sphere, and just have conversations with them. So that's what I want in the long run. So I did that. All right. How am I feeling? I'm like good. I'm good. Just that now, how do I put it? This is a busy semester for me as a lecturer. I have where I'm working part time. I'm lecturing 4 classes, so that's 4 groups, and actually it's like 5 groups because uh, uh, a group from one of the courses I'm doing, the practicum course. Now that course is supposed to have a small group. Another lecturer is no longer with the center, so they placed her students to work with me temporarily. But people, I know how the thing is going. We going into week 7 and they ain't find nobody yet. More likely, I'm going to reach the end of the semester and those students are going to be staying with me. So I do plan to claim them as another group. All right, there we go on. Um, so that's 4 groups. Then upstairs, my full-time job. Online, I have 2 groups I'm lecturing. Now, one of the group is a very big group. So our lecturer and I were sharing it and we got to share the marking. I know there's going to be a whole session when that's time for that happen. Because of how the system set up. Then I have 2 online classes. The other online group, they are already locally problematic. And I was speaking to another lecturer who's lecturing them and she's on telling me about some of the challenges she's having with them. So I already said I'm going to send out a message to that group when I meet them tomorrow and let them know that Wednesday their micro teaching begins and I'm not accepting excuses because how I plan out the rest of the semester from Wednesday straight to the end of March, a group or a person will always be doing the exercise because it's a big class. All right. And it's like, I feel like every week when I meet them, every session, somebody new joining the class. All right, they're coming done. Um, so that's that. What's next, Jared? There's 2 online. Then the physical teaching for my full-time job, I have final year minors, first year minor, um, majors, and then I have this individual study. So it's like about 6 groups. You understand what's going on? So it's like a lot of things are happening. So one of the things I have to do, I have to ensure this light is good here. I have to ensure that I am like balancing myself and marking. So as we speak right now, I have on Friday, that class had to submit their assignment. That class had to submit their assignment. 2 classes had to submit assessment. And I may start marking tonight. If not, in this week, those assessments have to be marked because the only way I know me, the only way I'm going to be on par with my work is if I do it promptly. And what has happened, I feel like I've been lagging behind because I have so much work to mark in church. I have different responsibilities now. So I'm a little behind. I have 2 minutes of meetings to write up. I have this book I have to finish reading and complete the PowerPoint because I have to do a PowerPoint presentation on the book to the new people working in youth ministry. So it's like when I tell you it's a lot, but y'all know me. I have found ways to process my work and not to stress myself out. So this week I'm intentional about ensuring by the time I make another video, I must be able to say to you that my work is where it's supposed to be. And you see, as those various groups teach for me, I'm going to record the grade. I'm going to mark and put in the grade. Now, another thing, I have to be faster in inputting scores on Moodle and in my mark sheet. And that, like this week is my week of correction to get all of that done. Right? So that's that. So that kind of made me a little over because even my masters, I'm a little behind in that something that was to be submitted since, well, today would be the beginning of a new week in my master's. Today would be the beginning of week 6. At week 4, at the end of week 4, I was to submit something, and I only did that Friday night. So it means week 5 work, I ain't even touched it yet. I was to do it last night, but people ain't gonna like to, because of my body was so exhausted, yes, there was a day of rest along with today. So I'm going to, in this week, complete last week master's work this week, and I'm going to finish off the rest of work for the semester, the readings and so on. I'm going to knock all out this week. So the only thing that's going to be left for me to do is going to be to start my long paper. And honestly, I know what I have to do. So my long paper, I'm going to work on it the week of Michigan. That's the week of the 23rd, because the Sunday is a holiday. And the holiday ones in Guyana, once a holiday is on a Sunday, it goes over to Monday. So I'm going to take the Monday and the rest of the days in that week and wrap up that. Essays is 3. I got to write 1,000 word. I think the next one's 1,000 word, or 2,000 word, 1,000, 1,500, and then 2,500, something like that. Let me say 2,500 and 1,000 is 3,500. 3,500. four, yeah, 1,000, 1,500, and 2,500. Yeah, so it's three essays. Because usually the big essays will be 5,000, but this course, they split it up into three parts. So yes, that's it. So I'm going to be getting that done. So yeah, man, I'm good. I'm busy. The thing is, I wouldn't have it any other way if I'm honest with you all. I love being busy. Um, I love being busy. So with this master's course, I should tell you, like the people hear me, in that as soon the day I'm finishing this course that I'm doing, the same day or I think the next day, I'm starting my next course. Now I'm mad at it because I've been saying at the end, by the time October 14th or 15th, which will be the 1 year mark since I started my master's, I would love to be finished with all the taught courses. So the only thing should be left is the only thing that should be left is my research. And if they keep moving at the pace they're moving, way before then I can go on to the course. Because think about it. This course ends the first, I think the second or the third of March. And I think the third or the fourth of March, course number 4 begins and it ends at the end of April because how the weeks spread out in March and April can extend. So at the end of April, I can reach halfway to my master. So let's say right away in April to May, I do the 5th course. And then we get like May month, June to July, 6, July to August, 7. You see what I'm saying? By the time September time and so by the time I reach the 1 year mark, I should be already in the thesis, which will be good for me. Because even though they will give us 6 months to do it, I don't plan to take so long. I'm going to be intentional about knocking out it early. So I would give myself like a 4 months because when I was doing my post grad, we started that course January month, in February, March, April, and in May we had to submit Miss as work. So as well, February, March, April, May, 4 months. So of the 6, I think within 4 months' time, I would be happy to finish with that course, submit, and done. So gospel, next year time, well, hopefully next year, depending on how, because let's say I started research in September, October. Yeah, next year time like this, I'll be done with the masters, and that would mean everything to me. Because people, I'll tell you this, I could do it. Because if I had the option to do a master's within just 1 year, I would have done it. Because remember, I already did my postgrad for a year. So it's like 1 more year and we at the master's level. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that up and running and just be done with it. And then I have some help, like 2 persons I know in my life who did the course. So they're of great support to me. So, you got to use the help when you get it. What else? You know, I've been centering myself. I want to get back into meditation. I think I want, in the mornings when I get up, or probably when I'm alone, I'm home every day, at whichever point, I think I want to actually sit and meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. A time of silence and peace. I still have that peace I told you all about, but it's just my teeth look really white. It's just that I just gotta find that. No, what did I say? I just want to be centered and quiet and still. I've been praying more honestly to God because you know what I've realized? I listen to Dochi's, in case y'all don't know, I love Dochi. She's a rapper. And last week, I knew she would have won a Grammy. She won a Grammy last week for Best Rap Album for Alligator Bites Never Heal. And I remember I listened to the entire album and I loved it. I didn't like all the songs. Of the album, I think half the songs I like. But my favorite since the first time I listened to it was Denial is a River, which is the lead track from the entire album, or as she calls it, mixtape. But I listened to her speech and then she went viral in that persons went back to a video, a clip from her YouTube. And, she got fired from her job. This was in 2020. And then she just really committed herself to her artistry. And that really made me think about, I had a conversation with a friend the other day. And I was telling my friend, I said, Mom, I really want to do my creative stuff. And my friend was like, the advice my friend gave me in my mind is telling me to play it safe. If God wants it for you, yada, 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 yada. But people, I'm telling you something. I know God wants it for me. And when I had an encounter with my friend, it just reminded me of something that I have to have the greatest conviction that I will get an opportunity to act, make movies, TV shows, and get the life that I've envisioned for myself. I do believe, and I'm going to say it again, that there were times when I gave up on it in my heart. Even a couple weeks ago, like in my heart, I started like giving up. And I was once again reminded not to, I got to believe this thing. I am a manifestation machine. I'm a magnet for blessings and prosperity. I'm a magnet for divine abundance. So I have to remind myself of that. And like Dochi, I'm going to be able to go back to these videos, go back to these moments. And that's why it was so important, because last year when I got the instruction, document your life, I was like, me doing that. And that's what I did. And that's why, in a way, I never promote this YouTube channel as like whoever finds it organically fine, because I don't want to feel pressure of, oh God, people watching it. Let me filter myself. No, raw and uncut, unfiltered, my honest thoughts, my genuine feelings, reactions, and all of the things to what I am, so where I'm at in my life, because I'm going to be able to go back and trace my progression. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. That's really and truly how I'm feeling about everything. So I'm just trying my best to take it easy, take it with grace, and just see what God is going to do, because I have to believe it for myself. You know, I started back writing probably how long now? I started back Friday. And let me tell you, see, whenever I sit to write, I just feel good in my spirit. It's be like there's always no hey. The way I used to feel about teaching, that's how I feel about writing. And I'm telling myself, for now, even if it's a paragraph, every day. My first book, I tell people, I started, start. But you see that September of 2021, I committed every day in that month, and I wrote and I finished that book in 1 month. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And then I could do the same for this one. It's just that one of the reasons is that I know I have to address some stuff that happened to me, and some of it I've unpacked here, you know, with people, and they've been. I'm still like processing through everything. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm over it and all these things. So I think there's a little fear. But as I'm recounting the experiences, those things start to heal. So I'm at the second chapter. Because remember, this is just the first edit. I'm at the second chapter. I'm writing, I'm talking, I'm writing. And I didn't name none of the chapters, because I started naming them, and I said, you know what? No. I'm approaching it differently. So every day I'm going to be writing something. I want to get back into my but I've been listening to my audiobook, but with book I'm reading, Kiki Palmer book, second book, I kind of pause, but I'm going to get back. Like this week, I'm going to truly have that balance of reading a chapter book every day. Like this week, I'm doing it because you know what I've realized? Every year, I just get the same feelings of, why am I still doing this? In terms of like, why am I still teaching? Why am I still like, do the thing that sets your soul on fire. I'm an excellent educator. You know, a colleague, a friend of mine called me to see some of her students, as more so one was complaining about me. Even before she didn't want to tell me the girl name. I called the girl name. She was like, man, don't victimize. I said, I wouldn't do that. I said, but you know how I was able to get that girl's name right away? I said, because let me tell you what her attitude is like in class. Like, once again, I'm big on behavior with people. And I'm at a stage now people can't gaslight me with the behaviors, because I see you for who you are. And because I treat them accordingly now, that's where the problem is now. People don't like that, because everybody wants to walk over me and do what they want, but that shit is over. Anyway, I told her, I said, listen, I don't care. And then I was called annoying by an educator. The person tell me they told somebody else. And the person told me, I was like, listen, they got nothing to do with me. If you think I'm annoying, what I got to do with me? Because I have to come, and I'm coming to the reality of, if I'm going to have a very public life and so on, I no longer can be afraid of being perceived. People will perceive me positively, negatively, for some of them both. And the greatest commitment I have is to myself. You understand? And God. And God and myself. And I can't fail me and I can't betray me. I can't fail me and I can't betray me. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I love me. I really do love myself. And I've made peace with that. I've made peace with who I am. And in that, I'm good. You know, I've been on teaching practice, and people who I haven't seen in a long time, when they saw me, they were like, Jared, you were looking good. And I smile because you know what I said to someone the other day? I said, it's not just I'm feeling good in my body. I said, my mind is really at peace. So that glow you're seeing on my face. You know, I've lost a little weight from the fast. I couldn't believe it, but it's true. Yeah, I know I got a little body dysmorphia, but I have, I could tell you. And this week, one of the things I prayed for, I said, God, help me to take control of my diet. Like, as be good when I do it intermittent and not just stop, just help me. And He has been, God has been helping me where now I'm getting there. My relationship with food, I'm developing a better relationship with food. And you know, I'm a work in progress. I put down my clothes and I'm feeling good. You see, got to start from the inside because what's on the inside will spill out. So I am just trying to maintain that goodness, that integrity, all the nice things on the inside. And then I'm going to branch out and do what I have to do. You know, my contract ends on the 30th of November. Let me see how many more days on my phone there. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. So I have 294 more days for my contract until it ends. And some of my colleagues at work, they said to me, like a month before it ends, start the like a month wait this thing echo like a month before start the process of getting it revoked like out of my stuff. And I'm like, no problem, I will do that. So I feel like I'm coming to the end of an era, and it's one of those things. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know in my mind, I'm like, when my contract ends, maybe I should go into television production, radio and TV. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to pursue my creativity. And I'm going to trust God because I don't have to figure it out. That's God's job. I have to walk in obedience. And I'm going to testify. And I said, time this, I want to be in the flow of my creativity and being paid well for my creativity, for my life's work. So we'll just see how it'll go. But while I'm here, I'm living life. I'm taking it easy, and I'm really working on not allowing my mind to go back into that very dark place that I was last year. I really don't want it. I'm pushing that away. So this is another In the Life of Jared vlog. And when you watch this episode, leave me a comment. Tell me the parts that you like that inspire you. Um, I want you to feel free to like this page, subscribe, share it with someone who you think that it could be a great blessing to. And remember that you are the greatest project that you'll ever work on. Stop working on your spouse, your child, work on yourself. Because I'll tell you this, people are taking notes. Bye.